I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Nas is truly the rap king of New York. And RIP Notorious Big. I think I would have been giving Biggie these honors if he would have been still living to see 40. I think Nas is like in his mid 40s. I would have been probably saying the same thing about Biggie because I have never, and I mean ever, seen anyone in their mid 40s, 30 years in the rap game, and the key word here is their content continues to evolve and get better. Arguably, this is Nas's best album. King's Disease Part 1 probably was his best album ever, up under Illmatic. Many have said that. King's Disease 2 is right there with King's Disease. And I'll go on to explain more. For all of you guys that didn't know, Nas dropped King Disease 2, which dropped yesterday. And this man has everybody on there from Eminem, and he brought back Lauryn Hill. We all remember If I Rule the World, that collab that went multi-platinum. The single went platinum, as well as it was written. The album went multi-platinum. Lauryn Hill is back on this album, spitting bars, spitting fire. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Because we didn't hear Lauryn rap with that type of passion since like the early 2000s, late 90s. So this just works. Like, this works like perfectly for where Nas is at. Wherever he is at in his life, the brother is happy. I mean, how he exchanged bars with today's rap artists like A Boogie and YG, it just fits perfectly. And I'm sorry, Nas is 47, which clearly crowns him the king of New York. I would say Jay-Z, but Jay-Z content seems to stick on money, clothing, and that's it. Like, all about finances. He barely talks about poverty anymore, or what's going on in the world, because it don't affect, I guess, Jay-Z anymore. He's a billionaire. But Nas talks about the Death Row beef. He has a song called Death Row East where he talks about Suge Knight, Tupac. It's so much going on in this album, bro. I listened to it again. I was like, damn, I didn't know that was going on during this time. So he brings it up on that Death Row East, and Hit Boy comes back. Hit Boy is a perfect example of what happens when you get a Southern California nigga to produce a East Coast nigga album. It's a hip-hop marriage, bro. East meets West, beats and lyrics. The shit works. Why we don't get more of this? Because I always said, ever since I saw that Firm album with Dr. Dre producing it, that East and West Coast need to get together and just collab on a lot of shit, and it would really be fire. And that's proven. Now, on the 40 side, Nas talks about some OG shit, man. And I mean, the shit is so dope, bro. It's just crazy. Like he said in that quote, I could send niggas a slide, but I'd rather show them the ropes. So this nigga is just giving young niggas a pep talk, in other words. Now, that EPMD 2, Nas got Eminem on there. They spitting venom, because we always wanted to see the best lyricists go at it, and you hear the best. Even EPMD themselves, they do a special guest appearance on this, and it works. Like I said, none of this shit is like passable. You can listen to this whole album without skipping any tracks. That's why I said you could crown Nas the king of New York, not based upon record sales, not based upon money, but based upon where he's at and how long he's been in the game. And lyrically, at 47, I don't think no one could fuck with him. That shit is amazing. If you could bring any nigga and say they're lyrically better than Nas at 47, I'll challenge you to that. I mean, from Jay-Z to Eminem, all the way to Kendrick Lamar, I would challenge that shit. Like, I doubt it. If you hear this shit, this nigga has changed his flows up and shit. It's like he's reborn. Like, he went back to when he was 20 something. But this nigga never aged either. But back to what I was saying about that Death Row East, where he shares a raw and very candid account of his feelings regarding the infamous East and West Coast War. He recalling his personal involvement in the beef with Tupac. He reveals that he and Pac were in the process of patching things up before his murder. And I want you guys to listen to that once you listen to the album. But you can click on the link in this description and you can hear his first single, which is Rare, which is one of Nas's masterpieces. This brother just is a musical blessing for everyone. You can tell his father was in the music. You can tell it was in his blood. That jazz rhythm that he personifies in a lot of his music is just dope. It's something that will never be duplicated at this age. So to say no more, I would give this a 5 out of 5, man. I really can't believe that he delivered something to top last year's Grammy Award winning King's Disease, but King Disease 2 is right up there with it. So yeah, like this video, leave your comments. Who do you think is better than Nas in New York? 50 Cent can't even drop an album and it get this amount of publicity unless he have like a high profile up and coming artist, because right now 50 can't sell music. He's leaning towards his movie star career or his producing career on Power, on Stars. So if you don't have 50 Cent being the king of New York, Jay-Z is too busy doing other things. As far as the rap game, I don't think nobody fucking with Nas. Subscribe.